Hey guys, morning me here, sitting here with my cup of coffee and a big pile of makeup in front of me, and I'm getting ready to go ahead and do a declutter today. I have never done a declutter on this channel, I don't think. I normally just get rid of things off camera, and I wanted to go ahead and do that today. So, fresh out of bed, for the most part, having my coffee, hanging out, and if that sounds cool, stick around because I'm about to get into it. But before I do, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because it really does help me out a lot, and it is always greatly appreciated. And with that being said, let's throw some stuff out. I got my trusty trash bag right here and I'm about ready to get rid of some stuff. You guys saw it in the thumbnail. I think I'm going to do a thumbnail of the background for what's on my table here, and it's a freaking disaster. I've never done a declutter. I really need to do one, and I thought it'd be fun to just share it with you guys today. Now, there are things here that I'm actually going to give to, some things will go to family members and friends and stuff like that. I'm not going to mail any of this stuff off to any one of my lovely YouTube family friends, all y'all out there, because it is used. I don't really feel comfortable with that, so you know, if there's something here that you like, maybe wait for like a giveaway. You know, it's kind of bittersweet too, because there's some items here that I really liked in the moment and then kind of lost their luster. So now that I'm like on that, let's go ahead and go first into this one. And it's the Kaja blush. And you know what? I really did like this. I thought it was so cute and charming and all that fun stuff, but the placement for the blush, because I try and go a little bit higher, I don't know, the gimmicky part just kind of got lost on me, and it just sat there and just kind of just went to, it just kind of died. You know, what can I say? I don't know how else to say it. I let it go because I, you know, used it a couple times and it just didn't really do it for me. So we're going to let that go today. The next thing I want to let go is this highlighter from Fasoli. You guys remember this? This was like all the rage and everyone was like digging it, loving it, wearing it, all that stuff. I took it with me on my honeymoon and I've had it for a really long time. It's still functional, but I don't use it anymore. I really did fall out of love with it, and I feel like it's past its expiration point, and I know I'm not going to use it, and it's time to let that go. So, for Sully, you're hitting the trash bag. I gotta figure out a better way to deal with this trash bag here. So there goes for Sully. Bye-bye. And that's alright. You know, there's tons of highlighters that I have that I like that are, you know, really functional and cool, and I dig them, so I'm okay with letting that one go, even though it kind of has sentimental value in a way, not enough to hold on to it. Does that make sense? Yeah. The next one I kind of want to get rid of, the next one I'm going to get rid of, I've had this for a while, and I think I'm going to give this to, this might be in the gifted pile actually. It's not that it's a bad product, it's the blusher and highlight from e.l.f. You know why I don't like it for me personally? I feel like it's just a little too, chalky on my skin. I think that the highlighter is just a little too light, and it just didn't work for me. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and that's going to go to a fairer skinned friend of mine that I think will really enjoy this. Just not my jam. The next up is also from e.l.f. and it is their blush. I've had this for a very long time. This is just ready to go because it is past its prime, and I'm not using it. It's sitting here, it's collecting dust, it's done its job, and it's ready to go bye-bye. So into the bag with you. Next I got this Pure. There's two things I have from Pure. There's a couple things I have from Pure. But this was a box set that I had tried, I want to say that it was like 2 years ago or something. I've had this for a while, and I don't normally do powders like this on my face. I don't know, like this is a powder foundation, something like that, and it just ages me. It doesn't look good on me. Even if I use a setting powder, it just doesn't look cute. So I thought, it's not incredibly old, and there is a friend of mine that might like this, so I'm going to set this aside in the friend pile, but I know I'm not going to use it, so it's got to go. It's out of here. Oh, let's go ahead and get into this one next. This one is really kind of like, it hurts my heart, but it is a foundation from Kevyn Aucoin. I've had this forever. I wanted so much to love this. It's incredibly expired. There's no way I'm keeping this. It's like, I wouldn't want to put this on my face. It would probably cause problems at this point. It's ready to go. I've had it for a long time. It's old, but I held on to it hoping that I would start to love it. All it really does for me is bring out like this really textured look on my skin, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just not going to, and unfortunately it's hitting the garbage, so yeah, that's kind of a bummer. We've got another little lippy here that I really liked when I did my what was it? It was like a year ago. I did a Dollar Tree or 99 cents, and it's not bad, but I think I tried it and it gave like a drying feeling on my lips. It wasn't too long ago because I had it sitting here, and it just has this really weird drying effect now. It wasn't doing that before, but for some reason it's doing something weird where I just don't like how it feels, so I decided I'm not going to go ahead and keep this. I'm going to let this one go. Another thing that I decided to let go was this. I got this as like a parting gift when I finished my my makeup schooling. I got my little certification. It was something that one of the teachers gave to me, but again, I've had it for such a long time, and I think what it is that it's that sticky, see that right there, that sticky kind of glossy formula. I don't like the feel of it, and I do believe that this is expired. I've had it for a while, so even though I love the sentiment, again, sentimental gal and all that, that's why I hold on to a lot of this stuff. If I'm not using it and it's just taking up space, I appreciate the memory, but the actual physical product has got to go because I'm not going to use it. I've got the Stila liquid shadows, and I've had these for a while now. This one looks like it's already breaking up, so I feel like I wouldn't want to even gift that to someone, but yeah, these were all the rage and everyone was just going crazy about these liquid eyeshadows, and it's pretty. It's not that it's ugly or anything, it's just that I never use these. It's so strange. And it might be another thing where it's like the feeling of it when it dries down is just not the most comfortable, and it's sort of flaking on me. That's another thing I remember. It's been a while, and I think the one I just swatched, this one here, is the one that I used on a regular basis. They're putting in light posts. They're redoing all the lighting in the neighborhood. That's why every time I've uploaded anything, or recorded rather, the past couple days, I keep saying they're doing work, is because that's what's going on right now. So if you hear noise, that's what's happening. And there's pretty much always noise in every video that I upload, so it's like business as usual. But back to this. I don't even know if I want to regift it because I've had this for so long, and it is a bit of a flaky mess. You can see where it's kind of, you know, breaking up and doing a thing. It's not, I don't know, it's just not something that I want to hold on to, and it's not something that I want to, you know, pass on either. I'm not sure the kind of state that it's in for sharing with anyone else at this point. Plus, liquid products are a little, I don't know, iffy. Not that there's anything wrong, but you never know what anyone's going to have a reaction to. So I feel like powder, if you want to regift a powder product, it's easier to clean and that kind of deal and sanitize for yourself, as opposed to a liquid, which is kind of like, you just never know what kind of reaction a person's going to have. So I just don't want to take the chance. And I know, honestly, that I'm not going to use it. So it's been, you know, a while. It's got to go. I feel bad. I feel like for some reason, like, I'm going to get flack for like, oh my God, you're throwing out stuff. It's like perfectly fine. But the fact of the matter is it's really not. It's been sitting here for a really long time, and I couldn't regift it. What am I going to do with it? So it really does have to go. I don't know what else to do with it at this point. So hopefully this isn't going to cause me problems for me because I'm not in the mood to argue, but it's going regardless. So anyway, the next item I want to talk about is these e.l.f. Concealers. You know, I didn't mind them at first, but the more I use them, even the more moisturizing one, I think I got both the matte and the moisturizing, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not even sure at this point. It's been a while since I used them, but they're clearly broken up. They're doing a thing here. They've been around for a while, and they have a very drying effect under my eyes. It's something that, you know, I'm mindful of as I get older. Certain products just bring out the old in me, and this is definitely one of those things. And I just can't get with the formula. I mean, at first it was, I don't know if it just got old real quick or what the hell it is. At first it looked cute, and then I don't know, as I wore it throughout the day, or not throughout the day, rewind, as I continued to use it, it started to look worse and worse and worse, and I just started to notice, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting older, I have no idea, but this formula is just not doing it for me. So these are going bye-bye. Plus, they are definitely in the expiration zone. I've had them for a while, and it's time for them to go. So that's out of here. Next up is, this is a gift that I got when I was doing a makeup job. was it? It was a gig that I did in downtown. It was like some kind of modeling photo shoot or something like that. And that was part of our payments that we got this from MAC. It's like a putty eyeshadow, and it is past its prime. It's dry as a bone. I don't even think I could get anything out of this if I tried. So that's just, you know, old. It's ready to go. It's, again, sentimental, great memory. I'll keep the memory, ditch the product. So next up, I'm trying to start speeding through this because I feel like I don't want you guys to be here all day and be watching me do this declutter or whatever. So let's keep things moving along. And the next is these little e.l.f. liquid shadows. At first, I thought they were cute and cool. This one's a disaster though. I liked it at first and it just broke up horribly on my eyes and just really started to slough off and look patchy and strange, and I just stopped using them after that. The blue is okay, but again, it has that same kind of patchiness to it. And, you know, I'm sure if I laid down a blue shadow, I could maybe make it work, but I feel like it's, for what it is, it's too much effort for what you're going to get out of it, in my humble opinion. So I'd like to go ahead and get rid of these today as well, just to create more space for, you know, out with the old, in with the new. Speaking of, this is totally expired. I've had this in my drawer. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me, why I'm holding on to this stuff. It's like, it's time to go. I'm not going to use this. This is my e.l.f. bronzer. I did use this on my wedding day because the IT foundation that I had on that day was way too light, and I remember Jody panicked. She gasped. She was just, oh my gosh, what did you do? And then I just tapped this over my face and it brought back, you know, the life and all that fun stuff, and it was, you know, wonderful. Came in handy. I love this product. I have another one, a new one, in the bathroom, and this one I just came across that's been sitting here collecting dust, probably again because I'm just a sentimental fool and hold on to it because I thought, oh, you know, memories, but I think it's okay to let that go now, so off it goes. Oh, here's one I'm excited to get rid of today. This is the lip oil from Ulta. People were raving about this, saying it was so fantastic, and price is great. It wasn't really expensive, and I like it, you know, as it being glossy, you know, and the shine of the lip and all that stuff. It bunches up horribly in the corners of the mouth and makes you look like you have rabies. Yeah, I did it for a video, and I didn't notice until I was almost done with the video. I didn't want to go back and redo it. Thankfully, it didn't show up too bad on camera. I was kind of far away, but when I looked in the mirror and saw I'd only had it on for maybe an hour or so, it just bunched up in the corners of my mouth. It looked terrible. I never wore it again after that, but for some reason I held on to it. I couldn't even tell you why. I just did. But today, I'm ready to let it go. It's got to go bye-bye. I don't want that anymore. I don't even know what the hell this is. What is this? Ooh, it's a dried out eyeshadow. Yeah, from Milani. Okay, so this is gone. This is basically garbage. Why did I hold on to it? I don't know. It's like a little pebble that's inside there now. It's completely dry. This is almost embarrassing. It's terrible. These glosses from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't like them on me. I feel like I'm not the right demographic for this. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. The formula and all that stuff, it just kind of, it never really did me any favors. I've had this for a long time. I think I have another one here in the pile, and I just know I'm not going to wear it, and I don't want to gift it to anyone again. It's a liquid product, so because I know it's expired and done, it's done. I'm not going to use it. This is another expired item from Wet n Wild. It's a pretty little lippy. It's like rum raisin kind of, yeah, that's pretty. I like it, but I never wear it. I've had it for years, and it's time to go. Wet n Wild has some really decent products for great prices and all that stuff. There's a lot of things from Wet n Wild that I like, but this, I just wasn't wearing it. I'm not one to wear bold colors anyway. It's very rare that I do that. I'm mostly like nude or glosses, you know, that kind of thing. Keep it simple. I don't really do dramatic lip looks very often. Maybe I should start. I don't know. I just never feel really comfortable wearing dark shades. I'm always afraid it's going to wind up on my teeth because I feel like I would be that girl, you know what I mean? All right, so next up is Butter London. I think I have a couple things from Butter London too, and this is their, what is this, their champagne deal. It's kind of like the First Solly thing. It's the same kind of highlight idea, or you can put it on your eyelids, that kind of thing. I didn't like how this looked on me. It literally has dust on it. I think I tried it a couple times and it was just very creasy, and it was also kind of patchy and crumbly, and I just didn't really dig the formula. It was on sale, I think, know if Butter London is even still around. Is it still around? I'd have to look. I'm not sure, but I did get it on sale at Ulta and used it a couple times and just didn't really like the formula, so there's no reason to hold on to it, and I did. I don't know. I just forgot about it, so today it goes bye-bye. I feel better already. This is, what is this? The Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. I got this in a Sephora, like, favorites box or whatever. I'm not a big setting powder kind of gal. I hear great things about it. It hasn't even been opened, so I'm going to go ahead and put this aside to be given to a family member that I think would really like it. Again, it just came as part of the box. I was never going to use it to begin with. I intended on giving it away, just never got around to it till today. So that goes to the side. Oh, this is a fun one. Clinique Lip Balm. I counted the other day, I think I have 5 lip balms in my handbag right now. 5 unnecessary lip. I don't know why. I carry a ton of different lippies with me. This was one of them. I had purchased this from Ulta, and when I first got it, I noticed that there was a little bit of dust on the box, on the, you know, the unicarton, but I didn't think there was anything, you know, wrong with it. But I had it for, I think it was like a week into it, and I had it at work, and I went to go use it, and it started to smell like Play-Doh, like it was expired. And I didn't bother. I should have checked while I was there. When I noticed the dust on it, I should have been like, okay, let's see what's going on. But it was expired, and I didn't take it back. I held on to it. I don't know why, but yeah, it's got to go. I'm not going to use it. I love Clinique lip balms. Their formula is amazing, very hydrating. I was really bummed out when I, you know, realized that it wasn't usable any longer, because I think this was kind of expensive, if I'm not mistaken. It's like over 20 bucks, maybe even in the 30s for this. So I was kind of bummed out. I didn't have the receipt. I didn't take it back. Maybe I should have, I don't know, but hindsight's 20/20. And I just continue to hold on to it, and now I'm ready to not hold on to it anymore. That's gotta go bye-bye. NYX. This jumbo little dealio here that I've had for the white shadow look. I've had this for so long. This thing is so old. I'm not gonna use it. There's not, need I say more, you know, really. And this right here is also NYX. It's their liner. It sometimes goes on, and see, like right here, and I'll go ahead and I'll use it, and it'll be dry as a bone, and it'll skip, and it'll look weird. And so NYX can be cool, and it can be sucky. You never really know if you're going to get something good or not. They're not very consistent, at least in my opinion. I feel like there's things that I've tried from the brand that were great, and that's just like I'm repeating myself. Things that I tried that were like crappy. Those two things, you know, the white liner was good, but again, it's old, and the black one that didn't work, bad. This is another one that's bad, and this is a super skinny marker. I think this is from, yeah, NYX as well. It's the same thing. It skips. Super skinny, super skips, and I'm not going to use it, so it's got to go. This is a lippy from ColourPop. It's okay, but it's not, I don't use it. I don't know. There's something about this shade, it just doesn't do it for me. I've used it a couple times, and then I'll catch, you know, a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I'll just think, I really just don't like how this looks on me. So it's got to go. That's that. Oh, here's another interesting thing to show you guys. I did a mystery box from Laura Lee. What was it? I don't know. It was a little while ago, and at first I really liked the Lippies that I got. It's one of the dry down ones. Why am I losing my brain right now? What is it called? It's like the liquid matte lipstick that dries down, and at first I really liked it, and then I used it the next time, and it kind of like started drying down in a way that was uncomfortable, and then, you know, to look at my lips just looked really crusty, and it looked like they were like really lined, and like it was just really drying out my lips. It was just so strange, this formula, and you can see it's already breaking up. I haven't really had these for very long. I mean, maybe it's been a year, but I don't know, for it to be doing this right now, I feel like it's not that great of a product. I don't really enjoy wearing it. I don't really like the feel of it after trying it a couple times. I know that at first when I tried it, I did say good things about it, but sometimes it's a first impression, you know, when you try things a couple times and then you realize that it's really not that great. So it's been sitting here collecting dust, and I just don't imagine that I'm going to buy anything else from the brand unless it's something like really stellar and amazing, like an eyeshadow palette that I like, because the Lippies, it's not that great. Really, really not that great. Next up, letting that go, is this little Milk blush. I don't like it on me. It's just that simple. I just don't. I don't like this look on me. It's, I mean, it looks okay in a swatch, but when I put it on my face, I think it's the whole shiny blush moment thing that I'm just kind of over it. I've used it a couple times, but it wasn't enough to keep me coming back, and I've had it for a while now. I like Milk. It's a decent brand. They have a lot of cool stuff, but this just didn't do it for me, so it being a liquid product, it's gotta go. Next up is something that's pretty popular, and it is Ofra highlighter. Their highlighters are just freaking otherworldly, amazing, crazy, super freaking bright, shiny. I think I'm gonna give this to someone else. I've had it for a while. I don't really use it that often. I feel like it's a little too texturizing again for my skin. I think the formula just does that. Certain things that are shiny and highlighty and all that jazz can really bring out just every little imperfection that I have. So I don't use it. Is it a beautiful highlighter? Yeah, totally is. Is it going to sit here and collect dust if I keep it? Yeah, it totally is. So I'm just going to give it to someone else because I just don't want it. It's just not my jam. Eyeliners. Lots and lots of eyeliners are next. This little stamp deal that I got from the Pink Panther. I think I got this at Miniso. Dried out. This one here from Starlit Studios. Dried out the day I used it. Some of these little open ones here, these little stick liners, I've had for a decade. They have sat in my collection forever. I don't use them. They just sit there, and it's just time for them to go. This liner, who's this from? I can't even read this right now. Really? Oh, it's Maybelline. I actually can read it. This, I like white liner. I think that it's pretty for making your eyes pop, but this one has like a shine to it, and I just broke it. Perfect. That's okay. It's going in the trash anyway. It has a shine to it, and I don't like how it looks on me. I've used it maybe once or twice, and it looks like it's supposed to be white, but you turn your head and then it looks clear and shiny. It's the weirdest formula, and I never use it because it just looks so crappy, and it's just time for it to go. Had it forever. It's time for it to go. This makes me angry. I've had this for years. Next up is this lip gloss, and it is from Hydropeptide, something like that. I think that's the name of it, and I got this from Namies, and it's supposed to be like filling and plumping on the lips and have all the skincare and stuff in it. It's incredibly sticky. It doesn't do any of those things, and it was very high priced. I do believe this was like 38 bucks, and the reason why I remember it is because it was so bad and so pricey, and I kept trying it hoping that I would see some amazing like something from it. It never happened, and although I like the color, I don't like the formula, and it does nothing that it says it's going to do. And it's old. I can tell because I can smell it. So that's got to go. And you know, I'm glad to get rid of that. So upsetting because, you know, you fall for the sales tactic, or at least I do. You know, that's people are saying that it's this, that, and all the sales associates are just really good at their job, and I'm just like, yes, it's gonna do all this, everything I ever dreamed of and more, and it does none of those things. It's freaking horrible. So let's get into the land of mascara. So let's hop into that. This I did in a 99-cent store haul, and did a full face of makeup. It was cute at the time. I never really reached for it more than maybe once or twice, I think, after that. It doesn't do much for my lashes. It's just, you know, it's something that you want to like, but it just doesn't work out, and so I'm going to get rid of it today. This is another one, the Lash Freak. Remember when that came out? And everyone was going crazy about it. Didn't lengthen my lashes. I feel like you have to have lashes in order for these things to, it just doesn't work for me very often. I've tried, you guys know, if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know, my lashes have grown from the serums and stuff that I've used, but any kind of mascara that claims to make my lashes long and fabulous and all that, I have tried it all, and it has rarely ever worked. So yeah, I had to try it. I gave it a try, and I was unsurprisingly disappointed. Another major disappointment that was actually, I don't know, it was a surprise. I had high hopes for this one, and it was the MAC extension lash. I saw this at Ulta, and I was like, oh, I've got to try this. I've got to give this a shot. You know, this looks like it's going to be amazing. It did nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah. All right, so now I've got a ton of Lippies here that I'm getting rid of, and I think this e.l.f. one here I'm going to get rid of because I've had it for a long time, and I don't really like how it looks on me, so that's got to go. I can't gift it to anyone. This right here, this was expired. And when these go bad, ooh, this is yucky. This isn't Clinique, actually. This is Butter London, and it did the same thing. It expired on me, and it just has a weird kind of Play-Doh-y scent to it. There's no way I'm going to use that. That's got to go bye-bye. We've got another Lippy here that I've worn and used and had for a very long time too, so that's got to go. This one from, what is it, the C collection from Tarte. Honestly, when I first got this, I really liked it. The formula is sticky. Again, it's got that same sticky, glossy formula that I'm not a big fan of because everything just kind of sticks, you know, it's just not a comfortable feeling. But I did like it because it had that Aurora Borealis thing going for it, but I've had this forever. It is very old, very done, and that's that. You know, I don't think I'll repurchase it because I'm not really like vibing with that anymore. It's not like my jam, so I'm pretty much over it. Yeah, this Lippy, I don't really like this either. It's not a good look on me. This is another one from e.l.f. It's just way too pink. Let me just, yeah, it's like a Barbie mauvey pink. I never use it. It's just sitting here getting old. There's just no reason to hold on to it. It's just taking up space. The Ofra liquid lipstick, I hate this formula. For anyone out there who loves it, hey, you do you, totally cool. This is terrible on me. It's so aging and so drying. I can't get into it. I've had this forever. I didn't have the heart to throw it out until now, and it's just got to go. These Buxom lip plumpers and things like that, I do get them and I try them, and I'm always like hopeful and curious. You know, I don't buy tons of them, but I've tried them more than a few times, and I've been disappointed pretty much every time I've ever tried it. It's just an uncomfortable burning sensation, and then, you know, your lips turn red and kind of weird, and then it goes away, and this is no exception. So it's old anyhow. I'm ready to get rid of it. This I got sold on this Legend Age. I went to a couple years back this festival here in where I live, and it was really cool, and the ladies were fun, and it was, you know, it was a good time, and I wanted to try it. And it's supposed to be like this color changing on me. It's always a weird like pinky kind of color. It's not pretty. It never looks good, but I fell for it. I did the little sales pitch moment, and I was, I'm buying into it, thinking it's going to be hydrating and like a lip mask. You could wear it to bed, and in the morning you'll have like, it doesn't do anything. It really doesn't. It is a lip balm. It is a color changer deal, and it's just a gimmick. I had fun trying it. I had it forever. It sat and sat and sat. It's done now. It's history, and I gotta let it go. This is a highlighter that I got from, I think, Dollar Tree. It's already got like hard pan. I don't know if you guys can see. It's just not anything I'm going to use, and I don't particularly want to pass it on because it's just not that great of a product. I don't think anyone that I know is really going to enjoy it. I gave it a shot. I was curious. There are things at the Dollar Tree and 99-cent store that are really cool, and there are things like that that, you know, just don't work. So down the road we go. Another thing I want to get rid of is this glitter tube that I got from NYX. This I'm going to try and gift to someone else because I barely used it. I am not really into the loose glitter moment. It doesn't really do anything for me, so I think I have a friend of mine that might like this for maybe, you know, Halloween for looks and stuff like that. So I'm going to set that aside and just give it away because I'm not going to use that. It's just not my jam. I don't want to work for my glitter. I want to just have it, you know what I mean? It's just not... It's not something that I'm really into. I feel like there's just too much involved in making that happen, so passing it on. The next thing I want to get rid of is the Cover FX liquid highlighter drops. I do not like the formula. Again, it's patchy and it just doesn't look cute on my skin. I've tried it quite a few times actually, and I didn't like it, so it's gonna go bye-bye. I don't even want to gift that to anyone. It's not that great. Next up is the Kat Von D setting powder. Again, I don't use that many powders. There's only a couple here that I really like that I ever use, and this just didn't make the cut for me. I know there are a lot of people that swear by it, think that it's great. I didn't really like it, so I'm gonna set that aside and see if maybe a friend of mine might like that, you know, but it's really not for me, so bye-bye for that. The Laura Mercier Skin Tint, I like this. It's just expired and done. This is practically an empty, so I don't know if it's, I mean, it's part of the declutter because I'm decluttering it, but I've used it and I really love this. I have no problem with it. It's just, I'm just done using it. It's just over. Pure Primer. You guys know I don't use primers. If those of you who don't, I don't use primers. It's very rare that I use them. I have another one here. Let's just add that to the mix, and this is one from Lancome. I've had these forever. I do not use them. I do not like them. Because I normally put them on the back of my hand, it's not something that I feel is too unsafe to gift. So I'm going to set this one aside because it is relatively new and see if my sister might want that. But this one I've had for a long time and I'm just going to get rid of it because I know I'm not going to use it. It's just, it's got to go. Next up is, oh gosh, it's devastating. It's terrible. Marmonday Lip Mask. This is basically just Vaseline. And I've had it for a while, and I've used it, and I've tried it, and it's all right and all that stuff, but it is, I feel like it's past its prime. It's literally just sitting back there collecting dust, and I wasn't that impressed with it, to be honest. I feel like it's just like an expensive Vaseline, and I don't use it, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Just sitting there and just turn into crap. Here's another highlighter that I'm gonna get rid of. Jumping around a little bit, but this one is just too icy for me. I think I'm gonna try and get this. This is for my Dollar Tree haul or something like that, but it does not look good on my skin. It is way too light. It's pretty, but I'm not using it for anything. So I'm gonna see if I can gift that, and then someone else might enjoy it, because I feel like for my skin tone, it just doesn't work. Next up are these face sprays, you know, my little finishing setting sprays. They're pretty much done, so that's kind of like an empty. Get rid of those. Also, this is an empty. I didn't mind it, but I do like Pharmacy a lot better than this. It's the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. I'm glad that I tried it, and it does work, but it does feel a little drying on the skin. It's kind of strange after you rinse it. So definitely not one of my favorites, but certainly not the worst thing I've ever tried. It's an empty, so it's gonna go bye-bye. Oh, this next one, guys. Okay. I've finally given up on this Patrick Ta bronzing oil. I've had this for quite a few years. It does not look good on me. I do not like the formula. It is incredibly sticky and oily. It doesn't dry down. This was not cheap. So I held on to it, and I kind of kept it in my background as, like, you know, part of my little setup, but I just can't even anymore. And it's got like an odor to it that I can tell that it's gone over. It's just time, so I have to let this go. I mean, maybe I'll clean out the bottle and just keep the bottle in the background. I'm not really 100% sure. The product itself is just an epic fail for me. It just doesn't work for me. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that really enjoy it. I'm just not one of them, so that is definitely on the way out. This eye roller product, who is this even from? Is this another, like, I feel like this is the same as like that lip balm. It's this eye lifting gel, and I used it for like a month and didn't see any kind of anything from it. It was another scammy thing that I fell for, going to my my little makeup place that I, you know, restock if I want to restock my kit or something like that. They always seem to sell me on these things, and I tried it. It didn't do anything. You know, didn't live up to any of the claims. It was not cheap, but it's now out of here. It's just been sitting in my bathroom forever, and I just don't even want to look at it anymore. It's just too much. It's too heartbreaking to think that I just fell for another good salesperson. You know, what can I say? They're just good at what they do. Yeah, listen. So I tried this Good Molecules, and I really wanted to like it. I can't speak for the entire line. This is the only thing that I've tried, and it is their silicone-free priming moisturizer. And I thought it was going to be good, but it really isn't very moisturizing. it is like a before makeup thing, but it wasn't really doing it for me. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy this at all, and I used it over and over and over again, hoping that I would feel differently about it, that it would grow on me somehow, and it just never did. So yeah, I've used most of it, at least I can say that, but I'm not going to keep using it. I don't really like it. I wasn't wowed by it. You know, people say great things about Good Molecules, and I was just like, really wanted to get on the Good Molecules train, but it didn't happen. Next up, we have the Tatcha Primer. I did invest in this some time ago. I've had this for a while. I've used it, it's dusty, over and over and over and over again. God, it's so glary. I don't even know if you guys can see, but I've used it several times. I don't want to try anymore. I don't like it. I've done it. You know, Tatcha has some amazing skincare, and I wanted to love this, but it's just not for me. I didn't enjoy it, and I'm just not a primer girl. It just doesn't do it for me. So I did give it a good shot. At least it's not completely like brand new and just sat there and got expired. I tried, and this is another one that I tried. This was 38 bucks. And this is the first time I even brought it up here to you guys, because I didn't want to say that. I was so like, oh no. I didn't want to say I'd actually fallen for this gimmick and bought it. It's a moisturizer with a little bit of tint in it, and you're supposed to put it under your eyes. It's from Tatcha. It was like 38 bucks. And when I tell you that I was able to see every little line and wrinkle under my eye, I was able to see every little line and wrinkle. I feel like it even invented a few new ones for me. And considering the price of it, I love the packaging. I wanted to love this. It made me look so awful. I was floored. They just did me dirty. It was terrible. This is not for my face. I don't know where the moisture is in there or the plumping or any of that stuff, but maybe it would look better without the tint. I don't know, but it didn't even moisturize that well. It just kind of sat on my skin, and where it didn't sit, it was just every line and wrinkle. It was the weirdest thing. I tried it many times. I tried moisturizer and then putting it on top of that. I tried to make it work. I wanted to, because considering the price, I didn't want this to fail, but boy, it was an epic fail. And it has been sitting in my drawer in my bathroom for months and months and months and months and months. No, it's probably over a year now. I mean, I can say months and months, like 12 times. It's been a while, and I'm giving up on it today. I'm just not doing it because it's just not a good product. Okay, well, last but not least, we are into palettes, and first one I'm going to do is this bronzing palette. Again, we're back to Laura Lee. These don't work for me. The formula isn't something that I enjoy. I thought that I could use it, you know, like Declutter or, you know, summer bronze, just kind of like, you know, glam it up and put a nice glow to my skin. I don't like this formula. It's more of like a chalky kind of glittery thing for me. It just doesn't look good on me, and I just have it, and I haven't been using it, and it's just not my jam. So I'm going to set this aside and try and gift this to someone in my family or friends who might be interested in it, because I'm not using it. I don't like it. What I won't be gifting is this e.l.f. palette, even though this was good and it served me well. Lord knows, look, I have used the heck out of this thing, so I don't feel bad. I just had it for a long time, and it's basically expired, but it's very affordable, and I really like their contour palettes. I think that they're decent, and the product is, it's just good. It's you know, can't beat the price. So e.l.f. really hit it out of the park on this one. I used it a lot. It's just time to go. Had it for a while, and I'm not going to use it anymore because I feel like it's expired. So back to e.l.f. again, and that's this palette that I got. It's the Retro Paradise. I'm going to try and gift this to someone. The color story in here is something that it just doesn't, I don't know. I feel like I have some of these shadows like 100 times over, and it just doesn't, I don't get any excitement from this palette. It doesn't draw me in, so it's literally just sitting back here doing absolutely nothing. So I'm going to see if one of my friends or family members might like that, and see if I can't, you know, pass it on to someone else. This palette, you guys. Okay, moving on. Brave Spirit. I had the funnest time doing a video with this palette because it is so freaking confusing. I got it as a free gift, and I know to complain about a free gift from an Ulta purchase is kind of like, really? But look at this palette and tell me you find it cohesive with a straight face. Not that I'm going to see your face, but you know what I mean. what is this? I mean, it's the weirdest freaking thing. And this silver shade right here, this is so ugly. I want to give this to someone that like, that I especially love, who understands my humor, who will get a kick out of it too, because this is just all kinds of bad. And yeah, it's funny to look at and all that, but I know I'm not going to use it. It's sitting there collecting dust. I'm going to see if I can't pass it on, because it's just, yeah, you got to be really brave to use that, I'm telling you. Moving on is this Huda Palette. I've used it a couple times. It's kind of, I don't know if it's like hard pan or what the hell's going on there, but I don't like the formula of this one. I don't know what it is about it. It's not fun and or cute. I never use it anymore. I've tried it a couple times. It just didn't ever really work for me, and I just don't like it, which is weird because I like Huda. I like Huda product, but I don't know. I don't dig this. And I've had it for a while. I'll see if one of my friends wants it, but it's probably going to end up in the trash. I wouldn't be surprised if I just got rid of it, because it is pretty old. I've had it for a while now. Next up is, this is going to be a shocker, and it's my Sweet Talk palette. I have loved on this palette. I have used the heck out of this palette. I'm not even going to re-gift it to anyone because it's a crumbly freaking mess. It has been with me through hell and back, and it's just ready to go bye-bye. I will probably repurchase and get a brand new one because I really do like this color story, but I'm not even going to open it. It's like, it's falling apart, so it's got to go. It's just time, and that's okay. I'll rebuy it. I like ColourPop. I think they have pretty decent stuff. They constantly produce new stuff, which is kind of like the same stuff regurgitated. How can you come up with a new launch every week? I don't know, but they still got the Sweet Talk, so I'll repurchase that most likely. This one, this Urban Decay Born to Run, I wanted to love this. I don't like Urban Decay eyeshadows. I don't. I used this in my class for, like, it was my final that I did before I got my makeup certificate. I wanted to love it. I really did. It's just not, I don't like the formula. It doesn't look good on me. It doesn't work for me. There's something about it that's just like, it just doesn't do it for me. So I'm going to try and gift it, see if a friend of mine wants it, but I have had it for a while, and it might be a no-go, but you know, we'll see. Honestly, it's just not doing it for me. It's just sitting here, and it's just time for it to, you know, get on down the road so I can create some space, because it's just, yeah, there's too much stuff that's just sitting here doing nothing. And last but not least, now I am on the fence with this one, but it did wind up in the pile, and it is the Celestial Storm palette. I've used this a couple times, and admittedly the color story is really nice, but I don't feel like I love it enough to keep it. I don't know, I'm on the fence with this one. It's like, I don't know, it's difficult. I'm gonna set this aside, and maybe I'll try and create a look with it or something like that, and just give it another try and see if it doesn't work for me. I'm gonna go ahead and just gift it to someone else, because I feel like it's literally just sitting in the background, you know, under a pile of other palettes that, you know, I may go ahead and reach for every now and again, and it's not worth it to keep it, you know, in the space if I'm not going to use it. It's, you know, just sitting there literally collecting dust, and I can't. I don't know, I just can't. But, oh, there's one more thing that made it into the deal. I'm not sure, guys. I may have to try this again, too. I haven't messed with it in a while, and it's the Fetish Eyes from Pat McGrath. I'm not sure if I want to get rid of this or not. I don't think that it's expired. I have had it for a while. Maybe it is expired. I haven't used it in a while. But this was another one that I had really high hopes for, that everyone was going crazy about. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. And I tried it, and I was like, if you don't have lashes, it's not going to do the thing that it says it's going to do. But again, that's another one I'm just going to set aside for possibly. I might hold on to it. I might get rid of it, but it is in the pile. It's in the maybe pile. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I feel like that was a lot, and I freed up so much space. It's amazing. I have this little drawer system in front of me, and I'm going through them, and I'm finding all this stuff, and I'm thinking, what am I doing holding on to this? I've had it forever, and it's just time to let go and move on to like the next chapter, you know, and make room for other things. And yeah, I'm so glad. It's very liberating, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I recently went through my closet because I was talking about my weight gain and all this stuff, and I got rid of 3 bags of clothes, things that I know that don't fit, things that I've had for a really long time, and went ahead and I donated them, gave them away. And it's like, it's such a great feeling when you just kind of clean house. And that's really what I wanted to do this morning, sit down and just have my coffee and hang out with you guys and just clean house on some of this stuff that's just been ready to go. When I was sitting here going through these little drawers and stuff, I discovered that I have like ridiculous amount of these eyeliner pencil sharpeners, and I only need one. I feel like every time I go and pick up makeup, I always think, oh, I need a new sharpener. I don't have a sharpener. I have like 20 of them. It's stupid. So I gotta go through that too and get rid of some of these as well. I keep finding all these things, like I've got a bunch of them. I don't know why I keep buying them. So I need to stop doing that and really just be aware of what I have and what I need and what I don't need. So I'm so glad that I sat down and I did this, just kind of, out with the old, in with the new. You know what I mean? It's a good feeling. It really is. It's very liberating. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me this morning and hanging out while I get rid of this stuff. I really do appreciate it. I love y'all so very much. Appreciate y'all sticking around and watching. And yeah, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you again, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.